I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and I just went to visit my grandma. My grandma lives in an assisted living facility. So I went and I stayed with her for 4 days, and I got there and absolutely panicked. Like, everyone is so old. Like, how am I gonna do this? And then right around day 2, I'm walking down the hall, and I realize, I'm like, without a doubt, inarguably, I am the hottest chick in every room. My girlfriend starts to swagger a bit. And old people, they let you hear it. They fuss. They're like, "Ooh, look at her skin." "Oh, Edna, I think she has all her own teeth." I do. Look at that dark hair. Yes! It got to the point, do you remember that old Doritos commercial? Like, I'd walk into a room like, bow, bow, oh yeah. Calming, but not after 6:30. I left, I was like, Gary, I had a blast. I cannot wait to come back next year. It'll probably be like a whole new crew, too. Kind of shame on you for laughing at that one, huh? Sometimes you tell jokes because they're funny, not because they make you feel good. Oh, and other big news in my life, I just found out my very best friend, my partner in crime, is gonna have a baby. Yeah, so I'm now in the market for a new best friend and a new partner in crime. That's pretty much what I call a deal breaker right there. Man. And I'm excited for them, you know, but I cannot imagine the commitment. Like, this girl is out of commission for 18 years. And that's if she gets out on good behavior. I cannot imagine anything needing me so much, you know? Like, I bought a fish a couple of months ago, and I'm not gonna lie, there have been a couple times I was like, what were you thinking? Oh, feed me twice a day, clean the bowl once a week. Mommy needs some me time. Back off, fishy. But so they're so excited, so I had to play along. So when they told me, my mouth was like, yay! And my heart was like, fuck. Oh, baby. Like, this better be the coolest baby ever born. Like, it better shoot out of the womb telling jokes and playing card tricks. Okay, baby. But no, I'm extra excited for this friend because her dog has always been her baby. You know these people? Like, she had just had this dinner party and she read this article that you can tell how smart your dog is by how fast it can shake something off its head. You guys didn't all read that article? But so here we are, 10 adults standing around the puppy, dropping a napkin on its head and then exploding into applause when it would shake it off. Like, oh, Riley, you're so smart. Like, sign me up for that world. How nice would it be if that was all you had to do to impress a room full of people? You'd be at a job interview and they'd toss a Kleenex on your forehead. You'd shake it off. Well, Miss McDowell, we're pretty impressed. We're gonna call you in for a second round of interviews, tie some booties on your feet, and see how funny you walk. Nailed it! I started to fantasize like what the company meetings would be like. You'd be sitting there and they'd say, well, Alex shaved 3% from his team's operating budget. Yay, Alex! Rachel piddled on the pee pad. Lunchtime, we're gonna feed her peanut butter. It'll look like she's talking. It's a good world. I recently ended a long-term relationship with 50 extra pounds. I'm excited about that. Like, but seriously, you think it's hard breaking up with people? Yeah, try breaking up with pizza and binge drinking. A lot of tears. I had to go shopping shopping and buy new clothes, which was so fun. But the girlfriend I took with me is one of these girls that's just never been overweight ever, like so skinny, like her thighs have never even met each other. Like, I shouldn't be taking advice from you, you know? Like, these two have been friends since childhood. Oh, the stories they could tell. When I went home to Pennsylvania, I was showing a friend I grew up in this very small town, and I looked it up, and it's 93% white. Okay, so 16,000 people. Right, it was a little bit of a culture change when I moved to California. And so, but I didn't realize it until I was driving, and I saw an Asian family, and I just went, look at that. Because you notice. Not like it's a problem, you're just like, well, that's new. Okay. And I went home and I was like, Grandma, I saw an Asian family. She goes, I know, over there on Oak Street. 16,000 people, and she knew exactly where they lived. Exactly. And I didn't realize just how white I've always been. And then when I got back to here, like I went to my car at LAX, and I have this little orange Volkswagen Beetle, super cute, her name's Pumpkin. Yeah. But I go to Pumpkin, I'm like, wow, that's a pretty white car, isn't it? Like, man. And then I get in my car and I pull out my iPod, which matches Pumpkin. Adorable, very Caucasian though, I think. And I flip to the first song on my iPod, and it's Aha, Take Me On. And I'm like, oh, like how am I so white? Why did my friends let me walk around like this? And then it all starts flooding back, and I have this flashback of my girlfriends and I in high school, and we skipped school, and we drove to Pittsburgh for the day, like big day in the big city. 5 white girls in a white Honda blasting They Might Be Giants. It was a blast. But this minivan of black kids pulled up next to us, and they go, oh, it's a car full of honkies. And our 16-year-old brains heard, oh, it's a car full of honeys. And I never got more straight than that. Oh man, it's different. I gotta change it up. One thing, since I moved to Los Angeles, I've quit I didn't get cable. Are there any non-cable people? Oh, yeah, really? I thought there was one of it. Yeah, I'm a really shitty conversationalist now. I don't know. I was like, how about last week on Buffy, huh? All cut up in my 90s trivia. But I used to watch the news all the time, and so now that I don't have cable, I just really don't pay that much attention. And it's kind of nice, because the news is such a bummer. I just tell me something good that happened to somebody somewhere. Like that banner that they run across the bottom of the screen, like, weird lady found her cat. Ah, nice. Chubby kid gets picked first for kickball. Hey! Way to go, Chubby! Young guy goes on 3 dates and gets a hand job. Yo! Just something to pick up your day. But I miss cable a lot. Like I caught myself, I'm dating, and I fast-tracked a relationship with a guy because he has HBO. I'm like, tell me about it, Daddy. You want to save that for something special? And I think True Blood Season 6 is that special moment that I've been waiting for. Like, this might be love. Sunday from 9 to 10, huh? Oh, I quit my day job, so that's been exciting. Yeah, thank you. Seriously, in LA, nobody has a day job. They don't understand. Day job? What the hell is that? Just napped from 4 to 6. Tan, I'm happy, it's good. But I love not working. I used to work in for a software company. And when I first moved to San Francisco, I was walking through a really bad part of town, and I had like my business. I was all businessy, and I had my blazer and my pearls and my bob all shined up. And I was walking, and this man goes, "Damn, white lady, you make a fine-looking businessman." I remember when I first moved to San Francisco, I was walking through the same area actually, and this guy goes, psst, psst, and I turned and I was like, yeah. Because again, I had just moved, I didn't know that you never turn and go, yeah. And he goes, hey, you got a cute nose. Wanna buy some crack? And my old gig was in corporate sales, and they always taught us you have to get them in the first 30 seconds. Like, this dude had me in 6. He didn't even use PowerPoint. Tell me about this crack, mister. Tell me about the diet plan, because you look fabulous. So much energy. I remember when I first moved to California, I was like, all right, you know, I'm gonna collect wine. Like, what a sexy Bay Area thing to do, you know? And it honestly ended up being one of the most difficult decisions I have ever made in my entire life. Like, have you ever tried to collect something so delicious? I think I made it 2 weeks. I'm like, screw this, I'll collect corks. Follow my talents. And then I make crafts, like I have a little cork board. You have cork welcome mat, that's nice. If you come over to my house and get chili, I'll wrap you up in my cork Afghan. All right, I'm Rachel McDowell. Thanks a lot.